Glencoe, Writer's Choice. Part 3, Resources and Skills. Unit 22, History and Development of English. Lesson 3, Indo-European Language Family. You already know your own family tree, but you may be surprised to know that language itself has its own family tree itself. It's like a little own baby of its own. English is part of a family tree, of course. It has to be derived from some language, whether it be Greek or Phoenician or Indo-European, Let's forget that last part about Indo-European, as we didn't get there yet. Now, you may be even surprised that there are some infamous or famous people in your family tree, but cut that part out now. Yeah, as I already said, a lot of people, a lot of languages are members of the Indo-European language family tree. And according to this map, there are mostly European states. The orange ones are Germanic, the blue ones are Romantic, and the purple ones are, well, you probably get the idea. Some of them are unique for themselves, as they're probably the creators of that language itself. These languages are derived from other languages, or they're invented by themselves, or they just created it and decided to call it their own language. That's basically what it is. Indo-European languages are believed to have a single parent language, although no such parent has been found yet. And this is probably a great representation of the Indo-European family tree. Now, I can't get into all the details, so that would make this video too long. But then, just try checking it. And now let's talk about idioms. Now, I already covered a whole series on idioms on this channel. Someone threatened to unsubscribe if I didn't make any more idioms. Suck you. And, no, take that back. Idioms, there are some examples. Like, I didn't create this before, but it's like, don't have a cowman, or time flies, or, kill two birds with one stone. You'll probably know what that last one means, as I already explained. It means do two things at once. Like, kill some time. Kill some time, have a cow, and other things too. You may be surprised to learn that some people don't know what these actually mean. Idioms can not really exist in their literal definition. You can't know what an idiom means by just taking apart the word and creating a literal definition, because that's not what an idiom is. An idiom is like a made-up word, sentence, or phrase. And it's pretty confusing, and the only way to know what an idiom means is to memorize it. Buy a pig in a poke is meaning to buy something unseen. For centuries in England, a farmer of a piglet in a market would have this little sack, or poke as it was called, and dishonest farmers might substitute a stray cat as that pig, and then I think you know what will happen next, and then boom, they have a stray cat for dinner instead of a pig. And some trusting person who did not even bother to check out what he was buying too. That's all I'm going to say. Another example is eat humble pie, and this means to be forced to admit a mistake or to accept insult of something. And the origin for these colorful idioms, they always have a colorful history if we know them, is that for centuries, medieval English kings have been, they've always hunted. And let's say they hunted a deer. When they hunted a deer, they would keep the meat, but then they would give the rest to their servants, who would make pies out of them, probably eat them too. And that's exactly what I just got to say. And that's kind of unfair too. It's like admitting a mistake that they probably did not even do with shame or an insult too. And that's all I'm going to say, because that's an idiom. See you soon. Time flies. Shanine out. Shanine flies. That's not an idiom. I just made that up.